Today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Ajay Pagidimarri, the head of CRT at St. Peter's Engineering College. Quick one, aptitude or attitude?
Attitude with aptitude.
If placements for a puzzle, what would be the missing piece?
Consistency.
Hello and welcome back to the SPECANCIENS Podcast, the space where we bring inspiring educators, leaders, and mentors who are shaping the future of students and careers. Today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Ajay Pagidimarri, the head of CRT at St. Peter's Engineering College. With over 15 years of experience in aptitude and reasoning, Ajay has guided thousands of students with competitive exams and challenges. From his early days at placement coaching to training GRE and SAT aspirants, and then moving to MLRIT. His journey has been nothing short of inspiring. He's not just a classroom mentor. He has built a thriving community of 120,000 Instagram followers at AJ Mathematics, where he shares aptitude tricks, reasoning shortcuts, and career guidance. Today, we will be covering his career journey and trends in competitive exams, and of course, we will wrap it up with a fun rapid fire round. Welcome to the show, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for the wonderful intro, Srinija. But I think I'm not that much great as you introduced me. I'm just a common guy.
No,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay, so we'll not delay and let's start, sir.
Sure.
So, you've had a remarkable journey from science graduate to becoming a seasoned aptitude trainer.
Yeah.
So, what inspired you to take this path?
Actually, from my childhood, I have a habit of solving puzzles, problem solving, and if you know, there are so many Sunday magazines are there which has lot of puzzles in it.
Yeah.
From my childhood, I used to do lot of puzzles and everything. So maybe that is the reason I choose this journey.
Okay. So, that came from childhood passion.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So, was there a defining moment where you realized that aptitude and reasoning training was your true calling?
Yeah, actually the turning point is when I take my first class, one of my student came and said that this is the one of the most insightful class I have ever seen.
Okay.
And I think that is the reason I chosen this path as a training.
Okay, so getting a compliment on your first class is something that truly says that this is your thing.
Yeah, true, exactly.
So, during your early teaching years at Race Band Coaching, what challenges did you face as a new trainer and how did you overcome that?
Okay. So actually when I started my career, I was 20 years old.
Okay.
And I used to teach the subject to 26 years or 27 years old students. So at that time I was very thin and very young, I can say.
Yeah.
So there are so many students, they are making noise and I can't control the classroom in the beginning. Later with my experience, I know how to control the class and I do some live examples, live puzzles in the classroom. So when the students are start enjoying, then they don't feel like learning. They feel like they are enjoying the class.
So, you learned in a very young age how to engage the class.
Yeah, true.
Was there a defining moment when you realized aptitude and reasoning was your true call?
So the turning point is when I started my journey. After taking one batch, one of my student came and said that I got the job because of you. So when I see pride in his eyes, I decided at that time that is my passion.
Okay.
So that's where I landed into aptitude and reasoning as a trainer.
Wonderful. Many trainers stick to one domain,
but you've transitioned across bank, GRE and ACT and now engineering college. So what motivated you with these shifts?
Okay, I'll give you a simple example. If you take our mobile, in apps every day they are updating, right? According to our requirements, the apps only updating. Why not we?
Okay.
So we have to update ourselves in our field. Then only we'll be in the race.
That's a perfect answer. Okay, so who were your biggest influences or mentors that shaped your teaching style and career choices?
So I can say my greatest influence are my students only, because whenever they are asking the questions with a curiosity, I changed my style of teaching and everything. So that is how I landed here.
You have built over 1,20,000 of Instagram community. So how did this journey start?
So it actually started as an experiment during the pandemic. I used to do 30-second videos, 15-second videos on that time, and people are loving it. So then I decided I have to do it with a consistent effort I have done. Now it is 120K now. I'm very, very happy about it.
Wow. Okay, that is such an inspiring journey, sir. You have helped a lot of students. Now we need to shift gears and let's talk about classroom itself.
Sure.
Aptitude is often seen as tough or boring by students. So how do you break that barrier in your classes?
Yeah. Now I'll give you a small example here. For example, you entered into a dark room, then obviously we get feared. But when we switch on the light, then fear will be gone. Why? Do you know?
Because we can see what is happening.
Yes, exactly. We can see what is happening in the room, so we don't get fear. The same thing will happen if you know about aptitude, what are the topics are there and how we are going to solve, then there will be no fear at all.
Okay.
If you don't know anything about it, then it will fear.
Okay. So you need to know the right shortcuts and
Yeah, true. I will explain shortcuts and everything in the classroom itself. That's where the fear will go.
Okay. Perfect. So what are the most common mistakes students make while preparing for aptitude test and how can they avoid them?
The general mistakes I have seen from the students, they are memorizing the formulas without understanding the concept. That is one thing. Second thing, they are not consistent efforts. They don't make consistent efforts at all. First day they practice for 2 hours. The next day it will be decreased. So that will not happen. Consistency, I already told you, Instagram also I made a consistent effort as well. So students has to make a consistent effort. And the last thing I can say is they don't realize their mistakes. When they attempt the test, they'll just look at the scores and they'll leave. But you have to check what are the mistakes you have done and you need to learn from the mistakes. So that's a very
consistency is the key, you say.
Yes.
Okay. Can you share a unique teaching method or shortcut that has been most effective in your classrooms?
I actually ask the students to imagine themselves in the question. For example, a blood relation question. If A is the father of B is given, I ask them to imagine you are A and your friend is B. Then they feel that it is not a mathematical question, it is their personal question.
Yes.
So they feel comfortability, they learn so easily.
Okay. And how do you handle students with different learning paces in the same classroom?
Yeah, I actually divide the students into 3 parts: basic, medium and advanced. For advanced students, I will give you more number of questions because they are already know some concepts, and I basically sit with medium and basic level students. Okay. I sit with them, I'll ask what are the problems of them and I'll ask them to do it in front of me only.
Okay, so that is the attention you give to your students.
Yeah.
Great. In your 15 years of experience, what was the most rewarding feedback you've received from a student?
Yeah, I even remembered one situation. One student came to me and said that initially I don't believe myself, sir. After your classes, I believe in myself, and finally I got the job. Because of this job, my family got settled. I think that is the most rewarding feedback for me in my entire career.
Wow. Okay. So, if you had to give one golden rule for cracking aptitude exams, what would it be?
So, I always say the students about this: practice with patience. So, if you practice the questions with patience, then you will automatically learn the things.
That's some really insightful advice for the students listening to the podcast, sir. So, I'm a little bit curious about how the evolution of competitive exams have taken place over the years.
Okay.
So, let's move on to the next segment.
Okay.
You've seen exam patterns evolve over the years. What are the biggest changes you've noticed?
Yeah, previously it was like when you learn the basics, it is enough to crack the job. But nowadays, what will happen? It is all application oriented. The questions are very small, and there is lot of information to analyze. So it is more or less application based now. So if you learn the basics, you will be in the struggle. So you have to understand the concept.
Okay. How has technology from online classes to AI tools transformed the way students prepare for the competitive exams?
Nowadays, technology is democratizing everything. Actually, in the evenings, I used to take the online classes for the students who are preparing for the competitive examinations. Now, with the online class help, previously the students used, after their BTech, they used to come to Amirpet, Kukatpalli or Dilsukhnagar, so on and so forth, and they are taking the offline sessions. Now, in my class, there are so many rural background students are there. So what I mean to say is, from their homes, they are getting the top training now. So that is how the technology is helping them. And there are so many AI bots are there. There you can give an online interview also. They give instant feedback as well. And there are so many online platforms. There you can attempt the online test as well. You will get the results instant only. So you can use the technology more often in this competitive examination field.
Okay. So, do you feel that aptitude and reasoning are becoming more application based than formula based in today's exams?
Exactly, that is what I mean to say, and every student I'll apply the same thing here. Previously, only formulas are enough, but it is not enough now. You need to understand the concept with the basic knowledge as well.
So, many coaching methods have gone digital. How do you balance traditional teaching with modern tools?
Okay. I am a hybrid guy. I used to take online classes and offline classes as well. So in my career, in general, I have taken online classes in the college, and if any student got the doubt, I'll clear it in online. So that saves a lot of time, no?
Yeah. Looking ahead, how do you see competitive exam coaching evolving in next 5 to 10 years?
So in 5 to 10 years, it will be more application based, I can say. And the questions are very small, and you need to analyze a lot of things in it. That's how the pattern will be in the future.
It's going to be hard for us.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah. What advice would you give to the trainers entering this industry?
Yeah, training is not simply teaching in the classroom. You need to inspire the students. So if you want to inspire the students, you have to learn it before. So stay updated, keep learning, and keep inspiring them.
That's really fascinating, sir. Your career path shows just how much aptitude and reasoning has evolved.
Yes.
But we need to know how students need to prepare for the exams themselves. So let's talk about that.
Sure.
Many students struggle with balancing academics, competitive exam prep, and personal life. What strategies would you recommend them to balance it out?
I suggest them to follow a 3D model, decide priorities, divide the time, and dedicate yourself in the task. If you do this properly, then you will get success.
Okay, I'm listening to this new 3D methodology now. Thank you. I'll definitely use it.
Yeah, sure.
When students face repeated failures in aptitude tests and interviews, how can they stay motivated and bounce back?
Okay. Whenever any company comes to our campus, they know that they are recruiting the freshers. So they are not expecting a great knowledge from you. The basic things they require, like a good communication, and you have been a team member or not, and your problem solving skills good or not, and you are able to learn the new things or not. This is what they require from the student.
Okay. So they just look at the grasping power we have.
Yes, yes.
Okay. In your experience, what qualities make a student stand out beyond placement and just technical knowledge?
Aptitude and reasoning is a very important thing, and apart from that, good communication is enough.
Okay. Do you think aptitude and reasoning skills also help students in real life outside exams? And can you share an example?
Yes, of course it will be helpful. For example, nowadays if you take, there are so many big billion days are happening in Amazon and Flipkart.
Yes.
They give a discount. How do you calculate the discount? There is an aptitude.
Yes.
And if you want to go to a family trip, you need to mention all the expenditures and everything. You need to plan accordingly. there also aptitude comes into picture. And if you want to take a loan from the bank, there are some loans having 14% rate of interest, some loans having 9% rate of interest, there also aptitude comes. So in real life, everywhere aptitude is there.
Okay. So I can't say why am I studying this. I have
You
to
have
study
to
this.
study.
Yeah. What role do consistency and discipline play in cracking exams compared to raw intelligence?
Success comes with consistency, and I can say consistency beats intelligence. Let us take an example. If a student works 1 hour daily, will give best a genius work on the last day.
Yeah.
So that's how the consistency work.
If you could give students one piece of advice to prepare not just for exams but for life after college, what would it be?
So don't just chase the jobs. Just empower yourself, upskill yourself. Jobs will automatically come to you.
Okay. What habits should students start cultivating today to build a strong foundation for their careers?
Okay. So daily learning habit is very important, and daily reading also. And networking is a very important thing. You need to ask the trainers what are the things we need to learn again and again. And the last one is reflection. Reflection in the sense you need to sit for a while at the end of the day and you need to check what you learned today. So that is a very important thing.
Okay. That is such a valuable guidance, sir. But before ending and wrapping up, quick one, aptitude or attitude?
Attitude with aptitude.
If life gave you a tough problem, would you solve it with logic or elimination?
Elimination.
Which is tougher, cracking CAT exam or cracking a joking class?
Both easy for me.
If placements were a puzzle, what would be the missing piece?
Consistency.
You've taught thousands of students. Who gives you tougher questions? Students or interviewers on podcasts?
Interviews on podcast.
If you could instantly learn one new skill apart from teaching, what would it be?
Dance.
What's your comfort food after a long day of training?
Papucharu.
Do you prefer road trips or staycations?
Road trips.
If you weren't a trainer, what would your career would be?
Acting.
Which emoji do you use the most?
Happy.
Okay. What's the funniest excuse you've ever heard from a student?
Grandfather expired.
That's dark. Okay. What is your success mantra, sir?
నేను ఎప్పుడూ ఓడిపోలేదు, ఎందుకంటే నేను ఎప్పుడూ ప్రయత్నించడం ఆపలేదు.
Wow. Okay. Sir, what's one thing you'd like to leave our audience with?
ఓకే, ఐ ఆల్వేస్ బిలీవ్ దిస్. ఆపేసి ఓడిపోయిన వాడు ఉన్నాడు కానీ ప్రయత్నిస్తూ ఓడిపోయిన వాడు లేడు.
That was really inspiring, sir. We thank you for joining us today from your career journey to your shortcuts and everything, like the fun part we had. This conversation has been both enlightening and entertaining. So, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, SPECANCIENS, for conducting a wonderful podcast. So thank you, Srinija, Saumit, and especially last but not the least, Akshay. Thank you so much.